We built this platform for stories unfold. Mindset to manuscript, speaking truth bold.
So there's decisions that we make and that some of my friends made that change the course of our life.
Today we have entrepreneur, fashion genius. He's done everything, coaching people to be great. An author, Dr. Tauheed Burke. Yay.
Thank you so much. I'm going to start when I first tried out for basketball. I was 11 years old and I went to the recreation center. I thought I was ready. I messed up in college. I messed up here, but this is my shot. And this guy stole it from me. And I said to myself, that time, I will never in my entire life allow another grown man to control my destiny.
Diverse voices from the street to the stage. Your voice deserves to shake this ground. We coach, we write, we amplify sound.
I got elected to play all-Navy basketball. They had my reservations. They had everything for me. And I got stationed in D.C. at the time. The commanding officer stopped me from going to play all-Navy basketball. I was going to retaliate against some people that done something to me when I was uptown, me and my friends. And I decided not to retaliate. I worked so hard every single day to play. And every time I was playing, all I could think about was I got cut. And it's never going to happen to me again.
Tell your story and get it straight.
When I win is because of my brother. His name is Tauheed Burke. And he was special needs. When we were kids, I was always there for him. He was special needs. But he was special. Like, he was sharp. He was intelligent. He was good. It's like a shining light. He passed away. I started a financial service business.
Okay.
I started part-time. It was very challenging for me initially because I didn't believe a person like me deserved to be successful enough. It took me 7 months just to take my test. I failed my test. I finally got my license. I'm emotional because a friend of mine, Marcia Holmes, her daughter is special needs. And she just happened to have this organization called Kaya House. And I said, this year I want to do something where we can possibly, do part of the proceeds to Kaya House, right?
Mindset to manuscript. Mindset to manuscript. Hosted by JT Key.
Welcome everyone to this episode of Mindset to Manuscript with JT, Speak Your Truth. Today we have, entrepreneur, fashion genius. He's done everything, coaching people to be great. An author, Tauheed Burke, Dr. Tauheed Burke. Yay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here this evening. Coming all the way in town today from Washington, D.C. So I really appreciate you being here. Today, I really just want to vibe a little bit and talk about, how you got to where you are today and kind of went through any of the hurdles and overcame any of the hurdles that you may have addressed, and how you didn't let that stop you. The name of your book, Succeed Anyway, how you succeeded anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know, we're not going to go all the way back to when you were a baby. I thought about it. But let's just go back to maybe high school when you were playing sports. Tell us what that was all about and maybe start with that and why you're not doing that now. How are you doing it?
Well, I'm going to start when I first tried out for basketball. I was 11 years old. And I went to the recreation center. I thought I was ready. And it's called BNBL, Baltimore National Basketball League. And I was the last person that got cut, meaning they got 15 players and I was the 16th player. And I got cut.
Okay.
So it's probably like 75 people went out for the team. And I didn't make the team, right? And every person, I don't know, it was something deep down inside of me. I said, how much everybody that made this team before me, I'm going to get better than them. And if I ever play them again, I'm going to make them aware
exactly
that you made the team before me. Right. And I got cut. And then after that, I worked so hard every single day to play. And every time I was playing, all I could think about was I got cut. And it's never going to happen to me again.
Yeah.
So I think that was the beginning where I knew that there was some kind of drive in me that I wasn't, that I wasn't aware of, that God had a plan for me that was different than the path that I was on. So when I started playing basketball, I was very, very competitive. I was like ultra competitive. And everybody used to tell me, like, if they played me, they was like, man, why are you playing so hard? I'm like, bro, I'm trying to win. What do you mean why I'm playing so hard?
That's why I'm here, right?
Exactly. I'm here to win. We came here to win. Whether I was playing one-on-one, rec ball, school ball, championship games, I came to win, right? And that's the mindset that I have. And I think that's where it all started. Although I got in trouble a lot when I was a kid. There was two sides of the fence for me. One was I had a group of people where I got in trouble. And the only reason I got in trouble, it wasn't because I was a bad guy. I got in trouble because I needed to make some money. I wanted a better quality of life for me and my family. I didn't know how to get that. I saw no evidence of how to get that legally. So I did everything that I knew how to do to make money. And the only reason I did it, to have a better quality of life. But then on the other side of the fence, I had this athletic side of me, and I had these friends that came from good homes and things of that nature. So I was able to balance both of those. And then when I balanced both sides of the fence, I not only did that, I diversified the neighborhoods. I went uptown and started hanging with people that was uptown, not in my neighborhood, playing basketball there. And not only just playing basketball, I went to school uptown in a different part of the of the city. So I was able to diversify myself a little bit while still getting in trouble. So I was developing some habits that I really didn't know how it was going to benefit me in the future, but these were very positive habits that I was developing while doing the wrong thing, but still doing the right thing, which was taking care of my body, learning how to compete, learning how to win, learning what competition is all about, and teamwork and things of that nature.
How did you decide, or at what point did you realize one's got to go?
When I had my son at age 15.
Wow, 15.
Yes, I found out my girlfriend was pregnant when I was 15 years old.
Okay.
I knew that I could not bring a son in this world and not be responsible. So it took me like a year and a half, maybe it took me 2 years to change my life. But that's when I knew I had to change. But it took a long time to change. And that's another thing. A lot of people would like to change. The process of change is very difficult. The decision, you can make a decision today, but the process is difficult. So somehow I was able to buy into that process. Slowly but surely, I changed my habits and was changing my ways and things of that nature. And it was because of my son. Wow.
And so how old is your son now?
I won't tell her because he's going to tell my age.
Caught that one.
We got to do it.
Well, I almost had to grab the tissues.
He's a young adult.
You almost made me to have the tissues here, y'all. Well, I'm really happy about that because you're doing some amazing things right now. And I think we need you in this community right now. And we're going to go more into that. But let's talk about then that bridge that kind of got you to where you are today. So you stopped doing, you had your son. And then what was that bridge that you kind of walked over or drove over or ran over?
That is very interesting because it was a part in my life where I had to make a decision whether I was going to retaliate against some people that done something to me when I was uptown, me and my friends. And I decided not to retaliate because I knew if I retaliated, I may have got them, but then somebody would have came back and then we would have came back and it would have been a never ending situation. And I knew my life was going to spiral in the wrong direction. So there's the decisions that we make and that some of my friends made that changed the course of our life. So that decision that day, while my girlfriend was pregnant with my son.
So you were still 15 at
I was
this
15
time.
and a half. I was already turned 16 years old. That decision changed my life. And I knew it did. I knew it changed my life. And then I got kicked out of high school when I was 16 years old. still, okay, I'm trying to change, but just not happening.
Yeah.
So I got kicked out of high school, and I got expelled, which means I could not go back to that school. So my mother had to find another school for me. And she found a school up West Baltimore called Southwestern. And I don't know how I did it, but I stayed out of school for like 2.5 months. And I went to school like in April or something like that. They let me back in April in 11th grade. And I passed.
Okay.
I passed. And I started hanging with some different people uptown and things of that nature. And then I started getting really into my basketball stuff at that particular time.
Yeah.
But that's when things started changing at that particular point. And then when I turned 18, I knew that I couldn't stay in Baltimore.
Okay.
I knew that if I stayed here, like if I stayed in Baltimore another month,
right,
once I got out of high school, that it was going to be devastating for me. So I decided to go to college. My coach wrote a letter to a bunch of colleges because I got kicked out of school, so I couldn't get a scholarship.
Right.
So Cheney State accepted me in Philly, and I went up there, and I messed up. I didn't do what I needed to do, and I went back to Baltimore. And when I went back to Baltimore, I stayed in my room for like 3 to 5 days because I was trying to decide what I was going to do because I couldn't go outside. I couldn't go in the streets.
Right.
But I was out playing basketball. And then I came out of the room and I told my mother I'm going to the Navy. And the reason I went in the Navy is my mother had these signs up all over the place, go Navy, go Navy, go Navy. So she impregnated my subconscious mind.
She knew what she was doing.
She knew exactly what she was doing. So I went in the Navy and my first year, and I always tell people this.
My dad was in the Navy.
Is that right? Was he on a ship?
I think so, yeah.
I was on the Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Okay.
My first year in the Navy, I got in trouble almost every month.
Tauheed.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing
Dr.
to myself.
Burke.
I was looking myself in the mirror saying the same thing. But one time, there was this one time that I really got in trouble. And I went to captain's mask. And the captain said, I don't understand. You're a good sailor, but you get in trouble all the time. I just don't understand how is this happening. He said, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you get in trouble one more time, you're going back to Baltimore. That's what he said to me. And when he said that to me, my whole life flashed in front of me. And something overcame me, and I was like, if you don't change now, it's never gonna happen. And I just really just like went cold turkey on anything. And I just started getting into my faith, and I started focusing and studying business for some reason, because I wanted to be a businessman. And I was either wanting to play basketball or be a businessman. And I started playing ball for the Navy. I focused on basketball, I focused on my religion, and I focused on studying business. And things just start to shift. That's when it started accelerating.
Yes.
Because I knew, so sometimes when you get backed in a corner all the way, you're gonna make that decision. That was the time that I said, this is it. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna do something special with my life. That's the day that I decided I was ready to do that.
Wow, that's amazing. Hey everyone, y'all, we have Dr. Tauheed Burke here. He's been doing some amazing things. He's an entrepreneur. He has several ventures going on right now. He helps the communities wherever he goes, and he's been doing this for his entire life pretty much, you know. So you were the same person. You were money driven, but you just took that and made a choice to put that energy in the right direction.
I changed arenas.
You changed arenas.
Yeah, I changed arenas.
Yeah.
I took my ball, took my everything, and moved it to another arena. That's all I did. And I just gave it everything I had. I started, and I'm gonna tell you an interesting story that happened to me that changed my life, like really. I was in the Navy. I played basketball. I became really, 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 really good. I was one of the top basketball players in the entire Navy. I got elected to play all Navy basketball. They had my reservations. They had everything for me. And I got stationed in DC at the time. And my commanding officer stopped me from going to play all Navy basketball. And I went to his office. I never forget this day. It was just like yesterday. And he was telling me all the reasons why they were pulling my request check for me to go to San Diego to play for the Navy basketball team, the all Navy. This is the top basketball players in the entire United States Navy.
And they pulled it.
They told me, hey, you ain't going. I cried. I cried in front of a grown man. Tears went through my whole career because I thought, okay, here's my chance to really, I messed up in college. I messed up here, but this is my shot. And this guy stole it from me. And I said to myself, that time, I will never in my entire life allow another grown man to control my destiny. And that's when I said, I'm never going to get a job. I said, I'm never going to get a job. I'm never going to call nobody else my boss. I'm never going to say any of those words that ever come out of my mouth. Nobody's control. And I think I was 22 at the time. And I got out of the Navy. And I got out of the Navy and I went in business for myself full time. And everybody told me I'll be back. I said, no, I'm not going to be back. So that's the day that I decided that nobody's going to control my life other than God.
There you go. Well, when you come to this show, those who come and appear, I do not call them guests. So you are my living manuscript. So everyone, Truth Tribe, this is our living manuscript, a story in motion. And, it's the choices that we make. We have that. That's probably the only thing we have control over is our choices. So what's the business? What is it that you are?
I started a financial service business.
Okay.
I started part-time, and it was very challenging for me initially because I didn't believe a person like me deserved to be successful in nothing. It took me 7 months just to take my test. I failed my test, and I finally got my license. But when I got my license, again, once I start something in my life, I'm gonna finish it. So when I got my license, I was in the game. So now I had to play.
Right.
And I started making money part-time. I started saving money part-time. I was a single dad. I was raising my son. I was saving money. So when it's time for me to get out of the Navy, I had money. I knew how to build a business. I knew how to make money, and I went full-time.
Okay.
So I was rolling with my business, and then another thing happened. Boom, my brother dies. My business drops. I had one of my top guys get terminated. So now from going from here to bam, get smacked again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why me?
Right.
I do all this stuff. Why me?
Yeah.
Why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
But it happened to me for a reason.
Yeah.
I know today why it happened, because I wasn't ready to be successful at that particular time. My mindset was not prepared to handle the money that was going to come in. So sometimes we beat ourselves up, why did this not happen to me? Because you ain't ready yet.
Yeah.
You might think you're ready, but you're not ready. And I knew I wasn't ready. Right? So I kept through that adversity. My brother passing away, my top guy almost lose my house. My son come home, the lights turned off, all this stuff. And I just said, I kept going. And I just started taking it one day at a time. I said, you know what? I was successful. I know how to do this.
Yeah.
I got smacked down. And what helped me is I had money saved. I went a year without getting paid for my business, a whole year. But I had money saved. If you save your money, one day your money's going to save you. Yeah. So go ahead.
Can you say that again?
If you save your money, one day your money is going to save you.
Now that's a word right there.
Absolutely.
That's a word right there.
So many people go in business for themselves. As soon as they start making money, they start spending money. I was not spending money. I was saving most of my money. And that helped me. That helped me get through the difficult times. And then when I start focusing on one day at a time, just one day at a time, give it everything you got, one day at a time. Yeah. When I was going through my struggles, when I looked up, my whole life changed. And I asked God for one thing. I never forget this. So when I spent most of my money recouping and getting myself together and paying for my mortgage and all that with the money I had saved, so I basically lost almost all the money I had saved. Right. And I remember this day, I asked God, I said, God, I don't care if it's easy. I just want it to be worth it. That's it. I don't care if it's easy. I want it to be worth it. And I don't care how much difficult challenges I have. Don't let me have a money challenge again. I cannot handle a lack of money. I can handle every adversity in my life, but a lack of money is one adversity I can't handle. And I told God, please do not let me have a money challenge again. And I said, I'm gonna do what I can to make sure that don't happen. And when I came to God with it, I went to work. I went to work and I started saving and saving and saving and saving and saving.
And mind you, you're still raising your son.
I'm still raising my son, single parent. Then I had another son. I had another son.
Okay.
Then I had a third son. I got 3 sons. But yeah, so
we need to play that song. I'm joking.
I don't know. Sometimes he was. Hey, man. Hey, you can't make all the right decisions all the time.
Yeah, but sometimes the wrong ones are the right ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that happened, and and I just started grinding. I started rolling. I started, things started, all coming together.
So how did you start to then find yourself within your community and start, tell us just like that transition, or was it a transition? How did you start to kind of like embed yourself into the community and start doing things for the community and become a staple in that way?
It was my goal and it was my vision.
You
and
always,
it was my dream.
That was something you always
I just wasn't
knew.
ready for it.
Yeah. Okay.
I dreamt that I would create a Hall of Fame in my community. I dreamt of the building. I dreamt that it would be a building established for the Hall of Fame in my community in Baltimore, in Cherry Hill. I dreamt that.
Oh.
And what happened was one of my friends had like this allure award reception at the Recreation Center in Baltimore, and he invited me and one of my buddies, Laurent Finney, who's pretty big in the Baltimore area. So we came down there and I saw they was recognizing these community leaders, and I saw how they were getting old. And it was like, if I don't start this now, they won't be around.
Right.
When I started, and they the ones
that you need to have
recognized the most.
Recognized,
So I left there. I had it on my mind.
Yeah.
It took me some time, like 2 months, to just put it all together in my mind.
Okay.
And I called the key people that I knew I needed to call in the community. And I said, I want to start this, and I want to know if you in. And it was 4, Eric Hicks, Tommy Bethea, may God rest his soul, Milton Hawkins, and Laurent Finney. I called those 4, and every one of them said yes. And we had a meeting, we planned it, and we launched the Cherry Hill Hall of Fame.
Wow.
It's never been done in any community in America where a Hall of Fame was created. So then I started doing more and more and more in the community because I knew I wanted to do it. And now, I'm a intricate part of what takes place in the community in terms of making sure that the kids are being impacted in some kind of way, because I didn't have no evidence of anybody that was successful, and people need to see people like me that came from where they came from and struggled and found a way to succeed anyway.
Right. Was your dad around?
I mean, my dad did what he could.
Okay.
He did what he could.
Okay.
So, he
You need
did,
the tissue?
No.
Okay.
He did what he could based off of what he knew.
Okay.
You understand? You see what I'm saying? God didn't reveal to him what was revealed to me.
Okay. Well, that's how it is sometimes, That's how it is sometimes. So let's talk about Kaya's house. Can you tell us a little bit about it? It's a foundation for, is that children who have disabilities?
Special needs individuals.
Okay.
So this is the very emotional topic for me. So my brother, his name is Tauheed Burke, and he was special needs. And when we were kids, I was always there for him. Like, even my brothers and sisters were like, no. I was always there for him. And that was like, out of everybody in the history of this world, that is my most favorite person, and the person I love the most out of everybody in this world ever. And he was special needs. But he was special. Like, he was he was sharp. He was intelligent. He was good. He was just like, I don't know, it was like a shining light.
Yeah.
And he passed away. That's the one I said. Passed away.
I'm very sorry.
I'm good with it now. But I'm emotional because a friend of mine, Marcia Holmes, her daughter is special needs. And she just happened to have this organization called Kaya House. And I said, this year I want to do something where we can possibly, do part of the proceeds to Kaya House, right? And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, let's see if we can do it. Yeah. And her daughter, I'm friends with her daughter. Her daughter is very special, like very special person. Yeah. Her name is Kaya. And so we decided to do it, and it's going to be exciting. And the great thing about it is when we give out the award, when we give out the donation to Kaya House, I got a picture of my brother. And then my brother's going to be on a big screen when we give that check to them.
Oh, wow.
So, so that's like, when I went, it's because of my brother, I shouldn't be doing this on live TV, but, I believe that everybody succeeds because there's something driven inside of them that causes them to succeed.
Yes.
And he's inside of me. My brother picture is in my dressing room.
Yeah.
Every time I go in my dressing room.
He's with you. He's there.
Yes.
He's not gone.
Exactly.
He's not gone at all.
So if you're going to win in life, it got to be bigger than you.
Yeah.
Because I would have stopped if it was for me. I would have stopped at every adversity I've ever faced. If it was for me, I would have stopped. But I was driven to deliver for my mom. I was driven to deliver for my grandmother. I love my grandmother. She passed away, but I have no regrets because I delivered for her. My brother, I got 4 kids. Be an example for my kids. And example for my community, man.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Well, we have Dr. Tauheed Burke here today. This is Mindset to Manuscript, y'all. This is actually our first episode. And in 2024, I launched Mindset to Manuscript to help people tell their story through writing. This year, I launched the podcast to help tell their story through their voice, to empower them, to give them power, to help them heal and to help them transform. So I do the coaching, Mindset to Manuscript. We do coaching, writing, and just help you amplify your voice. And this is the platform where we're speaking our truth. So you are my truth tribe out there, and I have my living manuscript here. And that's what we're doing when we're sharing that with you to help inspire you, to help you see that, there's no end until you stop. And I want to talk about your book, Succeed Anyway, because I love that title. And I love, as I was on my way here, what was going through my mind is, what's the anyway? What's the anyway, right? Because it's that anyway that sometimes can stop us.
There's 2 parts to anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway could be succeed anyway, despite all your adversities, despite all your hurdles, despite what you go through, despite the way you're thinking right now, you can find a way to succeed. The next one is succeed anyway, meaning that find a way. Find a way to succeed. As long as it's right, you need to find a way to succeed. So it's 2 parts of that. Yeah. Right? So most people, they find a way not to succeed. Yeah. They find a way to be negative. They find a way not to be happy. Right? So when I wrote that book, Succeed Anyway, it's a life changer. It's a life changer. I know my book is changing people's lives. Yeah, it's a powerful book. And I'm saying that not because I wrote it. I read the book like 4 times myself. And when I read the book, I said, this is a powerful book. And if I had to write that book all over again, I don't think I could do it. it's at that particular time,
Yeah.
it was revealed to me when I was writing, it was just like, boom, 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 boom.
Right.
It was in me.
Yeah.
So it's a powerful message. When you got, like I have a brand called Succeed Anyway. If you got Succeed Anyway shirt on and you look in the mirror, you having a bad, Succeed Anyway. You got a hat on, Succeed Anyway. I got sweatsuit, Succeed. We coming out on a runway on July 19th with a whole new gear. We're going to change the game on July 19th. Succeed Anyway going to unleash the new gear that day. But anyway.
Yeah. Wow, this is great. So the book, we can get that.
You can get on Amazon. We're 5-star on Amazon.
Okay.
You can also go to succeedanyway.net and order the book, and I'll send you an autograph book.
Nice.
So yeah, you can get on Amazon or order directly from our website.
Right. So if you can't tell, you see here that Dr. Burke is looking pretty sharp.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looking pretty sharp, I must say.
I appreciate that.
So that is not by happenstance. He's very embedded in that level of the community as well. So let's move into that fashion component and talk about what's happening on July 19th and what led up to that.
Yeah, so that's an interesting part of my life too, because when I was building my business, something was like missing. I was like, man, I need to do something different. I don't know what I need to do. I want to do something. And I always thought about modeling. I don't know why. It's like, maybe I should model one day. And I'm like, yeah, you can't model. You're not a model. I mean, this, you're saying.
Right, yeah.
So I was at the mall one day, and this lady walked to me. She said, have you ever thought about modeling? I said, yes, but no. She said, well, you should. And here's my card if you ever think about it. So I just took a card.
Okay.
And about 6-7 months went by, and I was sitting in my office like, gotta do something different. I'm like, hold up. Doing my drawer, pulling it out. And I called the lady. I said, remember you called me? She said, yeah, I remember. Come to my office. So I went to the office, and they like, we have to take some pictures of you, see how you look in pictures and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then they called me back, said, yeah, I think we can use you, right?
Okay.
So I went to modeling training. I trained how to model, trained how to walk, trained how to take care of my body, trained how to, your face and all that stuff, right? So I I'm starting to model and all that. I modeled for 8 years.
Wow.
I did Runway show, and that's how I met John Blasingame, through modeling. And fashion has always been a passion of mine. Mm-hmm. And modeling changed my life because it taught me some things. It taught me how to eat right, how to prepare myself for the runway, how to prepare my mind for the runway, how to take care of my face, all that stuff. Modeling helped me do that, right? So I stayed engaged in modeling. Then I started producing shows. I stopped for a while. Then I started producing fashion shows. And we did a fashion show in Baltimore for the Hall of Fame. And then I felt that I needed to bring it back to DC because DC was missing that fashion that it used to have. DC was a big time fashion town.
Yeah, they were.
And it fell off.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing fashion back. And not only that, I'm going to recognize community leaders because nobody's recognizing each other.
Right.
People are tearing each other down instead of lifting each other up.
Yeah.
So what happens is the youth see that people are successful and they abandon their communities. They also see a group of people successful and they tearing each other down. So what are these kids going to do when they get it? They're going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So what if we can get something together, a fashion gala with awards attached to it, where we recognize community leaders, we create this culture where people are coming dressed up, elegant, the Grammys and the Met Gala combined, downtown Washington, D.C. So we started it last year. I was nervous to launch it, but we did it anyway.
Right.
And we had 400 people at our first event. This year, we're doing it at the Martin Luther King Memorial Library, Great Hall. We turned the Martin Luther King Memorial Library, Great Hall into a platform, a ballroom, a showroom.
Nice.
Where elegance, fashion, entertainment, and impact is all in one place.
Wow.
And people coming from all over the country. We got people from LA, North Carolina, New Jersey, Philly, New York, all over the place.
Same 400 people?
No. Some of them, like probably like 80% of the people that was there last year coming back this year, plus much more.
Wow.
We got celebrities, all kind of people coming in, big time businessmen. We have the president of journalism coming in from Ghana.
Wow.
I mean, we got people coming in from all over. It's gonna be really, really unbelievable.
And when is that?
July 19th, 2025.
Okay.
Start at 5 o'clock, 5 to 6:45 is a red carpet.
Okay.
And VIP reception. So we have singing going to be taking place during that time. We have 3 red carpets. First of all, we have a black carpet out front. So it's going to be a black carpet with the logo of the DMV Gala, which is a platinum logo trimmed in black.
Okay.
So the carpet's going to be black. That's going to be outside.
Nice.
So people going to be all outside, take a picture. We're going to shut down DC. Then they come inside. There's going to be a red carpet in the VIP room. Then there's going to be a red carpet backstage.
Okay.
So when the model's ready to go on the runway, they're going to take pictures of the design and stuff, and then interview some of the models. And then when the people get their awards, they're going backstage and get interviewed. It's going to be like Hollywood in DC.
Oh gosh, what? July 19th,
Absolutely.
2025? Next week.
Yes.
Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Library is going to be hot. It's going to be busy in Washington, D.C. So who are you? Name a couple of people that you are honoring.
We're honoring John Blassingame.
Yes, amazing.
Yeah, Ron Cook is a big-time producer. Dirk Rutledge, who does makeup for Oprah Winfrey. Carmen Felder, she's a publicist in the D.C. area. Earl Bannister, he's a designer.
Yes.
Kenny Cass, an international designer. Barry Fletcher, he's a big-time hairstylist. We have Brian Mitchell, future Hall of Famer. Santana Moss, a legend in D.C. Metropolitan area, played football. Kyle Arrington, he won a championship with New England Patriots. We got Ben's Chili Bowl owner, which is the oldest, most established restaurant in the history of Washington, D.C. We got Junda Morse. She started international fashion. We got Cleopatra. She started a winery, the only African winery that was established in I think in the United States of America. We have Rosales. I hate to mispronounce her name, but she has the Latino fashion. Is the fashion? What is it? Fashion Week. Okay. I hate to. Gail. She's went back and impacted DC metropolitan area so we got like 21 people that we recognize.
That's beautiful.
And these people have all made a significant impact in their community and also throughout their countries.
Wow, that's amazing. I know that there's got to be some warmth that you're feeling in putting this together. I know it's busy and you're probably not sleeping and not getting the sleep that you want, but from looking at, Tauheed from those high school moments and Tauheed in those college moments, and then you look back and you see what I'm
thinking is a person like me that struggled, that had to overcome adversity, that sometimes didn't see their way out, found a way to win. Yeah. And as a result of that, I can impact the world. Yeah. That's all it is. And I just believe that God had put me here to be impactful. Yeah. And I'm living my mission. Yeah. I'm going to be obedient, and I'm going to continue to be impactful. Yeah. And what it does is contagious. Yeah. Being impactful is contagious. Yeah. And people know when you're sincere about something, right? They know when you're sincere. Yeah, they know when you're doing it for a purpose, or if you're doing it to try to, I don't know.
For your pocket.
You know inside what your purpose is. You'll keep being driven to do more. Yeah. Yeah. That's all it is.
And what is the one piece of advice that you might give our Truth Tribe when you don't really know if you know what your purpose is, right? If because sometimes, you have many people that are like, what's my purpose? You can't put your finger on it, right? You might not even realize that you're in your purpose when you're asking that question, because you just can't recognize it. Do you have any type of inspiring words?
Yeah, I have it. You'll never know your purpose until you work on your mind. It's impossible to understand your purpose if you don't understand yourself. So it all starts with a burning desire. So if I have a desire to want to be successful, and I have a desire to want to travel the world, and if I have a desire to wear nice clothes, if I have a desire to live in a better neighborhood, if I have a desire to help my kids and my mom, that's where it starts. So if you have the desire, and then you're driven to get better. Like, I mean, I know for a fact that I wasn't ready to succeed. Now, even now, I'm not ready to totally impact the world, but I'm getting ready. So every single day I have to work on my mind, because if I don't work on my mind will start wandering. And if my mind starts wandering, it's impossible for me to focus. And if I can't focus, I can't concentrate. And if I can't concentrate, I am not going to be able to put the effort in necessary for me to be successful, right? So now, when you have the desire and all that, then what happens is your purpose is revealed. Right? Your purpose is revealed. A purpose is not, you don't like, oh, well, what is my purpose? No, your purpose is revealed to you. Yeah. It's revealed because you have put yourself in position to be able to accept what your true purpose is in life.
I love it. It gave me goosebumps. That gave me goosebumps right there.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Living Manuscript here, Dr. Tauheed Burke. Truth Tribe, I need you to follow Mindset to Manuscript, Speak Your Truth, subscribe, like, star, and whatever other thing you can do, you have to do it. And we'll be back next time with another Living Manuscript. Thank you so much, Dr. Burke, for being here, for speaking your truth, for inspiring our Truth Tribe, and just for sharing your journey with us and sharing, those non-Googleable moments with us. This is priceless. Yeah, this is priceless. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me out. It's a pleasure. I had a good time talking to you, other than when you got me emotional, but we're good.
Well, I hope one day you get to come back and tell us about the other things you're doing, because I know this is not the end. I know that you'll probably continue to expand and do other things. And I hope this is your first stop on that journey to share that with the world.
By the will of God, we're going to keep growing.
And we're about to party up here on July 19th. Absolutely. We're about to go and have a wonderful time. Get ready. Get that clothes out.
If you miss it, you're gonna be upset.
Yeah. Sure. And there's still tickets. You can still get tickets. Yeah, we still
have tickets. Okay. VIPs are limited because they just like selling out. We have some very limited VIPs now, and we do have some regular general admission tickets available.
Okay. You just go on to
Eventbrite.
Okay.
Eventbrite, and you can pick up the DMV Eventbrite, and it'll pop right up.
Okay, cool. All right, well, there you have it. We have some amazing things going on in the Washington, D.C. area this coming weekend, July 19th. And I'm JT, and this is Mindset to Manuscript, Speak Your Truth. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.
We built this platform for stories unfold. Mindset to Manuscript, speaking truth bold.
Diverse voices from the street to the stage. Your voice deserves to shake this ground. We coach, we write, we amplify sound.
Mindset to Manuscripts on the scene. Now's the time, the place, the dream. Tell your story and get it straight. Mindset to Manuscript. Mindset to Manuscript, hosted by JT Key.